When most people think about the civil rights movement, they picture a few black and white photos, Martin Luther King giving one famous speech, and then, somehow, racism ended. That version of history? It's the biggest myth of all. The truth is, the civil rights movement wasn't one moment. It was decades of organizing, marching, and struggling, led not just by a few famous names, but by thousands of everyday people who risked their lives. Let's start with the first myth. Myth 1. It started in the 1960s. Wrong. The movement began long before that, with people like A. Philip Randolph, who organized the first planned march on Washington in the 1940s, and Ella Baker, who mentored young activists decades before she was ever recognized for it. The movement was a relay race, not a single sprint. Myth 2. Martin Luther King was universally loved. Today, he's celebrated as a hero. Back then, he was hated by much of America. By the time he was assassinated, polls showed that most Americans disapproved of him. He was labeled an extremist, a communist, even a threat to national security. His message wasn't safe, it was radical. He wasn't asking politely for change, he was demanding justice. Myth 3. The movement was only peaceful. Peaceful protest was the strategy, but the response was violent. Marchers were beaten, jailed, bombed, and murdered. Activists like Fannie Lou Hamer, Medgar Evers, and the children of Birmingham faced terror simply for demanding basic rights. The peace we celebrate today was built on unimaginable courage in the face of brutality. Myth 4. Once the Civil Rights Act passed, it was over. Not even close. The Civil Rights and Voting Rights Acts were huge victories, but they didn't magically erase inequality. Redlining, voter suppression, and systemic racism simply evolved into new forms. The struggle didn't end in 1968, it just changed shape. The truth is, the civil rights movement wasn't about one man, one march, or one law. It was about millions of people standing up to say, we deserve better. It was messy, divided, brave, and unfinished. Because the movement wasn't a story with an ending. It's a story that still has new chapters being written, every time someone stands up, speaks out, and refuses to sit down.